Okay, gotta make sure that I'm live first. I won't be waiting, but yeah, I don't want any of my announcements to not be live. Um. Okay, quick check done. I'm live. Okay, before I start, well, I may be a bit more thorough than you folks from Sprites Inc. might need from me. Reason being my following might has increased ever so slightly, and I hope to reach as many people as possible. Now, with that out of the way, so yeah, a while ago, more or less exactly 1 year, and again this year, Sprites Inc. Called out to Megaman Fangamedom. More quality fan games. Emphasis on more quality fan games. And while I am extremely late, I would like to answer the call. It just so happens that I've been working on a fan game of my own for it's been more than 5 years since I started on this. Which you wouldn't believe it, but that's true. It's at the ground sometime later. I'll go into further detail about it later. And now I intend to bring this back, if I get the help required. Again, something to go over later. But let's just get to the main selling point of my fangame first. Because, yeah, here's my case. Here's a few situations. Now, what do these situations have in common? I am sorry if you guys already know the clue to this, but I have to make this point anyway. Well, for all the times Mega Man's gameplay styles appeared in the series, it is rather basic. And whenever other characters arise, he's always the most basic. And the most challenging as a result. So yeah, these situations are both situations Base can handle just fine. No, the fact that he can't double jump in Megaman 10 understanding. When I talk about Base abilities, for the record, I talk about what he can do in Megaman and Base and on the Fangame front in Megaman Revolution. The double jump and the directional fire. Now, here's the thing about Base. For all the times he's appeared, he always had to appear alongside Megaman, who, for all intents and purposes, is far more challenged in mobility and range. So he pops up every time in a game designed for Megaman, and as a result, Base makes the game easier. Now, last I checked, the thing gamers want most of the time is challenge. So, the goal of Base Unleashed, as I probably will be calling my fangame, is to actually design a game where Base abilities are put to the test, without Mega Man involved. I mean, well, leave Mega Man Fangames with Mega Man to, well, everyone else. Next, some story tidbits, because with no Mega Man, this is going to get a little curious. So, basically, somewhere about Mega Man and Base are planned at present. Around after, I don't know. Wily broke out of prison but he hasn't done anything yet. As a matter of fact, well, it's been quiet for a while, and Mega Man and Dr. Light enjoy the peace. While they enjoy the peace, it really cannot last. For it isn't the city, but one of Wily's castles that starts exploding. Base sees this happen and attempts to investigate, though he really doesn't care, most likely. Not much. He's still Base. Anyway, once at the castle, we get our antagonist. Cures her soul. So Soul is another big name in robotics, and while he has put up with Wily for very, very, very long, it left him paranoid, and at this point he's absolutely sick of Wily. Base arrives just in time to fight off Sir Soul's combat robot and see Sir Soul's declaration of war against Wily. He won't rest until Wily's behind bars and everything that is created is destroyed. Obviously, Base can't have that being part of everything. So he, with minimal help from Wily, set out to plan a counterattack. Damn it, English! I can't have trouble with this now. So yes, Big Doctor to fill in Wily's place, and I promise you this. No Wily, though I had planned it at some point. So, as I said, so yeah. So other than that, it's pretty basic. You fight 8 Robot Masters, and then tackle Sir Soul. And yeah, the Rogue Gallery honestly isn't that far along at the moment. Reason being, it's been in development for actually quite long, and I kept upping my standards and scrapping parts of the roster and such. Well, I have them all basically planned. Actually, let's just go over it. Actually, let's just go over each of them. Grimman has been in an old build of the game at some point, but I had to scrap his design, and he is to be redesigned. Zephyrin's design is pretty much solidified, unlike Trace Woman, who had some work out of her. Computer Man is fully sheeted at present. Wizard Man design isn't entirely set in stone, but we're getting there. Tesla Man is still fully sheeted, might need a read sprite, and has also been in the game at some point. And then there have been recent additions to the Rogue Master roster, Relic Man as Sphinx Room, which as such haven't been redesigned. Designed yet. My apologies. And here just a bit of proof of concept that I had a full rogues gallery at some point. Just a few went away. Some at Sprites Inc know how much trouble some of these were causing, or how middling some of them were. And I really, really want to deliver. Now, to prove that I have put some thought into this, here's a bit of a preview. Watch very carefully, I'm going to show this only once. And the aforementioned combat robot of Soul and his answer to base, Anthem, who is totally not Archer. I really wish I could have shown more, but alas, I didn't record a lot of footage, and at present I can't even access my old engine, old build of the game, given I don't have Game Maker anymore, and I'm not even sure I want to use it. Anyway. To get to another important point, this list, this is going to be a pretty big list. By no means can I do this alone. So what do I need? Well, the first one is probably pretty obvious. I'm going to need musicians. Composing isn't really so much the problem with me as far as I know. What do I know? But I can't Fami Tracker to save my life. Hence why I need some people to get stuff composed. And properly composed and properly instrumented. The next one is going to sound a little odd to you. At least some of you. I'm going to need more spriters. Emphasis on more spriters. I had a bit of an old build with sufficient sprites, and that should say something about the fact that I can sprite. But I've come to realize it's hard, especially with the standards I've set to myself. So yeah, I need extra spriters to get some of that work off my shoulders. There's an exception for that, namely tiles. Tiles seem to be my forte, and that's the thing I probably can handle alone, if anything. On another graphical note, artists. I can draw. That's really not a problem. But again, I can't draw that myself, and digital art, that's something I unfortunately cannot do. Not like, say, Karakato. Not on the level of what Megaman Revolution is getting recently. So yeah, that's what I'm going to need. Not pressing, but most definitely necessary to deliver. Another thing that's going to sound odd to you, more game designers. Seriously, if there's anything I know I can do, it's design games. However, yeah, a whole game? To be fair, I'm not sure I can handle all that on my own. Nothing more to be said about that. Another thing that makes sense is another programmer. I can most definitely program, especially in GML of GameMaker and Python more recently. I trust that too. But it took a lot of time to get even the old engine working. So yeah, if I have to, assuming I have to focus on some of the things on the list, despite me really not being the best at them, it's going to take a very, very long time to get Base Unleashed done. Hence why I put this on the list. Now, mind you, I said another programmer, I will probably put in the hours for when it comes to programming. Okay, because there is no way I can do this alone, but there's also no way that people are going to make my game for me. I know that. Now, on the note of the old engine, I need a new engine. The old engine has been around since before GameMaker was even bought or taken over by Yo-Yo Games. It's been like, how old? More than 7 years old? I don't even know. It's basically the engine the maker of the Hardhead series used. And I'm not even sure it's accurate. But assuming GameMaker even works properly on Windows 8, I'm still not sure if I should go through the engine. About the only game aside from the Hardhead series that knows developed with this is Megaman Eternal, and that one, let's put it that way, had issues. And now to summarize all of this, I need the time, I need the resources. Having listed the resources, Base Unleashed is by now pretty big, and I'm not incompetent, but I'm most certainly not Megaman Rock Force's Gold Party DRS, or Megaman Super Fighting Robots Mr. Weird Guy, or Megaman Wily's Final Attack Skipper. That's... I'm willing to deliver, but I'm going to need help for that. And on note of time, yeah, it's going to take a while. I especially suspect Base Unleashed is going slow, considering there are some other Megaman fan games that I contribute to, like Megaman Revolution. That... is there something else? And there's also... And on note of time, I'm probably also very much going to have a life in a few months. So that's going to further enable my ability to go full speed ahead with Base Unleashed. But I will get back to that later during the New Year stream of Metal Gear Solid 2, starting in about an hour. Until then, on Sprites Inc, I will probably make a thread about this to further increase the odds that I'm going to get any of this. And I'll see you then. And until later.